in my ass.
I just banged your wife?
Name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total Nonstop Impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
This is Kaya La Güera Loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascals, and you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact Podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
What's up, Impact Wrestling? Let's make some noise!
Sitting here, you guys got a 15-minute intro of putting yourselves over while I'm sitting here and watching J-Bone and Kalon and you're 50. I never saw a 15-minute intro of three guys putting themselves over.
This is the good stuff.
That's right. This is the good stuff. Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans. Right here on the YouTube, the Twitch, and the Periscope this evening. Bill! J-Bone! That's my best friend. What is up, Bill? How are you doing this evening?
Oh, doing good. Having a little a day after Bound for Glory glow about us. It was a big night. Once again, thanks to everybody for tuning in. Our best numbers ever with those shows. So definitely appreciate everybody that was spreading it around, getting some new watchers, obviously, new subscribers, and also we definitely appreciate it. Great show once again by Impact, Bound for Glory. So they made our job easy.
Oh yeah, I mean the response is like I can't thank our audience enough. We had an absolutely insane response. It's the biggest response that this podcast has had since its inception. I mean, our biggest numbers and response to everything that we've done was what Slammiversary / talking.
Yeah.
What the hell's that called? Talking
Chopomania.
Talking Chopomania. Jiminy Christmas. Yes. So yeah, the crew's a little light tonight. You know, Alicia's only going to be joining us from now on for the regular weekly reviews, just to lighten up her schedule a little bit. She's in school and she's doing a lot of other things. So just to give her a little bit of break. Trent still in an undisclosed location from somewhere. And the person who wanted us here for this evening that I was like, well, okay, no, we're not doing this. Okay. Yeah. He's like, yeah, we're doing this. He's not here.
Typical scumbag.
Absolute scumbag. That Kalon. I tell you, what are we gonna do with him, Bill? You know, he's what a scumbag. There we go. Man, it's
but I know a lot of the people. I did get a DM or two, and I know some people were asking. It's like, you guys gonna do a show today? And I'm like, we'll see. And then it was like once Kyle said, yeah, we got to do a show tonight. I'm ready. I'm raring to go. Gung ho.
Well, yeah, and I even had people asking me if I was going to do a Hell in a Cell review, and I look, it just, you know, after 6+ hours last night, I was like, no, had a hard enough time getting through my day with just doing my normal routine and then setting up for this tonight. Like, I knew this was going to be significantly easier than last night. We talk about some Fallout. We talk about some Xplosion. We throw it to our chat for some opinions and or discussion, what have you, and we'll call it a night. So, but yeah, once again, my goodness, I mean, our numbers from last night on just all around, from YouTube to Twitch, everything. Thank you so much. My goodness, they're just through the roof, and couldn't. So welcome. I mean, we had creeping up on almost 100 new subs. Welcome to anybody new dropping in tonight. Thank you for taking the time to check out the new to check out the show. I'm sorry, it's yesterday was late. So if it sounds like I'm like burnt out of my skull, that's pretty close to what it is. So let's talk about Xplosion for a bit, and then we can talk about some fake wrestling news. So we're talking about Xplosion from this past week. We always cover it like almost a week later. The new one will drop probably later over the course of the evening is usually what happens, late Sunday into Monday. But this was an interesting one. We don't get too many, like Bill and I were talking before we went live. We don't get too many tag matches. It's usually 1v1 on the Xplosion, and then a throwback. We get a little interview. Now there was no interview this week, so that kind of shortens up our review a little.
Yeah, I'm sure. I know David Penzer normally does tag us in on this show. Like he'll usually chime in, so he might say either maybe they just ran out of content or the reason why. But because we love the Around the Ring with David Penzer, so I'm sure during this time right now with the tapings that they're going to be filming a lot more of these and hopefully longer because we've been getting these 2-parters. So we'll see. We might see a different Xplosion, honestly, coming up. We've been seeing some trends in that direction, so we might keep seeing it.
Oh, yeah, and I think we're going to see even more new faces pop up over the next several weeks because there are some new people on the roster over the course of the last few months. And you can't get everyone in like immediately. You got to slowly filter them through so you don't, go through everyone. And that's why they break it up into like little 2-parters here and there. They're just nice to, to get to know your Impact roster and or knockouts a little more, especially the newer faces. Like, what was the last one? Nevaeh. That was nice.
Yeah. It's a good way to really introduce a lot of these new characters to more of the audience where you like, and honestly, we're learning about them too. Like, I think we know a lot of people on the roster pretty well, but they're doing a good job. Even some people that have been on the roster a while, like we don't know their history as much. Like we learned a lot about Ace Austin. We learned, like we've even interviewed Rohit and we learned a little bit more about Rohit too. So it's I think it's a great avenue to really connect with the Impact Wrestling stars. So I think they should keep on doing it.
Oh yeah, and it's it is a great way to get to know them. You get a little behind the scenes. You get the little nuggets for anybody who wants to know, and it's also puts a nice little bullet point on the why are we supposed to care about these new members of the roster? Who are these people? So when you give them those little nuggets, it's like, oh, okay. So you're like, oh, this person has history with this person. They've been in the industry X amount of years. You build your worth, So, but yeah, no interview this week. The match, though, this week is Reno SCUM versus... Oi, yeah. Versus Mims and... Mimsy. And Wolverine. Wolverton. I mean, I had to read that name several times and play it back several times when I was watching this. I'm like, wait, Okay, that is not Wolverine. Wait, who is this guy?
Now, Wolverton, I don't know if it's just similar sounding or if it's the same. I think it's like maybe like a Premier League football team over in the UK. But it sounds very similar to one of the teams. So maybe Everton, or I'm thinking one of those. I know we get a lot of UK viewers. So like when I first heard it, I'm like, that's very, but Josh even said they're both, we knew Mims was a Nashville independent wrestler. And so is Wolverton as well. Now that's one I got to say, I don't think I've seen yet. Because I know some of them have been at least in the Midwest or Ohio. So I have like, I told you when I saw Nate Bach, I actually saw Nate Bach in person at Rockstar Pro Wrestling. But I have not seen, to my knowledge, Wolverton. But I might be proven wrong later, and he was in a match somewhere. But I don't think I've seen him live.
I'll tell you what, though, as much as you look at a match like this on paper and you think, oh man, Reno SCUM, they're going to have a win here. We don't even need to watch this. No, you should watch it. You absolutely should.
You hit that. There's the team I was thinking of.
Wolverhampton. Okay. There you go. You absolutely should watch this one because Reno SCUM does not, in my opinion, get featured enough. I mean, the tag team division in Impact Wrestling is loaded, and you can't feature everyone all the time. So it's nice when you get little unique, little more intimate matches like this where you can really watch them show off their skills. And it's also a compliment to Mims and Wolverton that they can work with a team that's been around for a long time, like Reno SCUM. The funny part is on the commentary, they kept talking about how they were fired from their one of their runs.
Yeah, I'm surprised he went there with it. He's like, yeah, and they were fired for, and then he kind of said they were fired for like their behavior.
See, no, I never heard that before. I didn't know if that was just them playing up the SCUM character.
Yeah, because they were saying how scummy would. Then they're like, oh, if you follow his social media, and then I thought they're going to put over that he's like a frontline worker.
Yeah.
They didn't. He's just like, oh, you see him riding his Harley and stuff like that. So they were keeping it in storyline by not sure, because obviously he's a very good guy. Like that guy, he's one of the good ones out there. That's someone we applaud there. Good job by him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they were playing. He's a scumbag. No, there's only one scumbag we're talking about tonight. The one that's not here.
Right. we have one of our own, Bill. we keep him in a little cage in a dark room, and we feed him a meal a day, and we let him out every great once in a while. That's why he is the way he is. He's so pale and scummy. Dear God. Well, maybe he'll grace us with his presence at some point in whatever. So you could thank him for getting us in here tonight, because this was not the original plan.
Yeah. Honestly, when we went off last night, there was not going to be a show tonight. We kind of went, we're going dark, not after dark on Sunday after a busy week. But then obviously Kyle comes out and says, I want in family dinner.
Yeah, family. Yeah, it's getting cold, scumbag.
Pass the potatoes. Oh wait, you're not here to pass them.
It's when he shows up, he's getting a big old muffin in his mouth. I'm telling you that. So yeah, it was actually a good match. It showed a lot of the chemistry that this tag team does have, and it showed how good sellers. But I'm just thinking, Mims was really selling the hell out of a few of those moves. He took a hell of a slap from, I can't remember which one, in the corner. I should say a chop to the chest, and it was the way he was selling it was comical. But these guys did a good job. It's all education in their favor for working a match like this is how you got to look at it.
Yeah, and the one thing about Mims, we've seen him quite a few times. He might be the new Mr. Xplosion. And so he's definitely got more of the feel, just like Nate Bach. Every time he showed up, when they're used multiple times on Xplosion, you can tell they get more comfortable. So he definitely had the leg up as part of that tag team.
Yeah. We got a message here from my nephew, Paul Nelson from Hawaii. He says, I really miss After Dark, Uncle. Well, let me tell you, after going 6+ hours yesterday, yeah, it just wasn't going to happen. I know we had said at one point, hey, we'll save it for big occasions, like maybe for Bound for Glory. And it was like, yeah, sure, that sounds good. No. If we did not do the 3+ hour live reaction, I think there would have been one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we could have reacted to a few more things, but no.
But you're right. Yeah, you got a lot of live coverage and then a pretty in-depth review. So yeah, I honestly, and that's one where you're never going to see a solo After Dark. That's just not how it works.
Yeah.
So if there's two of us, just like right now, that want to do that, then you'll see it. Yes, you might get us a little loopy at that time. Because I know the first After Dark that me and Trent did, once again, that was a scumbag production that he didn't show up for. It was his idea to do it. But then it was me and Trent, and we went it was crazy late, how late we went on that night. That was after Slammiversary. That was technically the first After Dark, was Slammiversary.
Yeah,
so
that was
I think it will happen again. I'm sure there'll be one of these Tuesday nights or something where it's like we just want to keep on talking about it for another hour. So it will happen. It's just not going to be as consistent because it gets late. It gets late. It's a lot going on, but there could be more. There could be more. So stay tuned. Just not part of the firm schedule.
Yeah. From Buckshot Kid here, he says, hello guys, Bill, have you ordered the Swing Time bandana?
I have not yet. I know Jay pointed it out. It's available. I was looking at it before it became available, but I got to take a look. I do like to take advantage of deals. I'm a deal guy. So if they have maybe coming up like a sale or a discount, or maybe they do another live thing with Johnny Swinger there like they did before with the trivia, I'll jump in on that. So I'm gonna stay tuned to possibly take advantage or something. I'm hoping to maybe see Johnny Swinger. Maybe I can buy it from the man himself.
There you go. This one is for sale in the store for like $3.99, $3 or $4. The Swing Time one, the brand new one, is like $7.99. So it's actually pretty decently priced.
Yeah, that's a good price. That's a good price. And I saw him a picture of him rocking it. I don't know if it was on his Instagram or on that Twitter machine gimmick. But he was rocking that Swing Time bandana, and it's a nice looking bandana.
It's slick, yeah. It's got the neon, it's got the great lettering on it. Yeah,
so it's pretty cool. So I might have to rock that on one of these shows.
It's on my to-do list, yeah. So now the throwback for this one was what? Kurt Angle versus Sting for the
2007 BFG.
I believe so. Yeah. I watched I kind of fast forwarded through it. It was good. Kevin Nash jumped in there. Man, Kevin Nash was looking old in that match. He was just all gray with the long hair.
Which one's Jay?
Hey, Big Kev. Oh my goodness. When I have some time, I'll go back and watch that one because that was when both were still really, I'd say, in their prime, working really good matches.
Oh, yeah. And I think, I don't know if it was someone in our chat the other day. We were just kind of reading that feud with Sting and Angle. And they were both really hitting on all cylinders. That's really prime Angle. And even though Sting, you may want to say his prime was maybe a little earlier than that, he was bringing it, especially in these matches. Like Sting's prime was long. It was like an Undertaker length prime for Sting. And he was putting on great matches with Angle.
He was. I'd love to see him come back to the company in some fashion for an appearance. I mean, he's already in the Hall of Fame, so he really doesn't need to do anything else. I don't need to see him in a ring. People still want that Undertaker Sting match. I tell you, man, that was supposed to happen 10 years ago, and if it didn't happen, then it ain't going to happen. Yeah, there you go. Sting versus Jeff Jarrett. That's another classic.
Oh yeah, like Sting really, he did not have bad feuds during his early run. Like that 5-6 years of the first 6-7 years of Sting. He really, every feud he had was a kind of one you remember.
Yeah. So yeah, Sting wins the championship. Now, is that the first? I'm a little rusty when it goes back that far in the NWA TNA days. Is that Sting's first championship in the company or no?
Let's see, because he comes in.
He came in.
I don't want to be a spoiler alert, but he's very. You might be seeing him on Thursday on the review. On the throwback, he's coming that quick. He's coming pretty quick on the review
I
show.
thought it was like 2005 or something.
Let's see. I thought it was pretty soon. So, but that's actually a good question. If it's maybe a critical answer, I feel he won one more before that. I can't give you the exact date off the top, but I feel he did win one earlier.
Interesting. So yeah, I can't wait to see it because that was back when Sting was still rolling on all cylinders.
Oh yeah,
he was really something. So once again, thanks to anyone new popping in here tonight that subbed overnight. We appreciate the support. Anybody with the subs, the likes, the shares, the bits on Twitch.
Yeah.
The Twitch is working tonight, folks. So we cross our fingers. It's
kind
of stay
working.
It
worked from the get-go.
Yeah, no glitches. Yeah, we're very thankful for that. We need that after last night. I think last night we really, that was a heck of a night. And then the match, the not the throwback match, but the match after that with the
like event. The highlight.
Yeah, like the highlight reel from a couple weeks ago. That was Ace and Fulton versus the champs, Motor City Machine Guns.
Yes.
Yeah, Motor City Machine Guns coming out on top in that one. Great match, which headlined that episode a few weeks ago, leading up to last night's Bound for Glory. And man, we're still just jaws dropped to the floor at some of the results from last night. We have new tag team champions, the Motor City Machine Guns. They're hey, it's good. We were talking about Sting, and the critical one showed up. What's up? Welcome, dude. Where the hell was I going with that? I have no idea. Kind of a segue of sorts. We can go into the talking about the discussion, some news that's been there's been a lot of stuff going around different people today, injuries, conditions, you name it, it's been talked about today. So, and we got some bullet points here, and then we can throw it to the chat as far as, do you want to discuss anything else regarding the fallout of last night? And hey, maybe we could do a little speculation on the future, little guess as to what's going to happen in the tapings. It's fun to do. I don't do that a lot, but it's fun to do that once in a while. And considering how big last night was, we can maybe do that a little depending on what the chat wants to do. So, Bill,
well, you know what? Since it's after a big show, we don't normally do it, but I think it's worthy of it. Let's roll it.
Jiminy Christmas.
And now, J-Bone's News, with the biggest news that's not fake. J-Bone's News, J-Bone.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
That was beautiful, Bill. Thank you. He's here all week. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. So yeah, let's talk some news. And as long as we were just talking about the tag champs, let's start off with that. No Millard Harris, it's not Jay Bone's nudes. My OnlyFans.
Oh, that's a different show, Millard. Come on.
Yeah, that's OnlyFans.
That's $3.99.
That's OnlyFans courtesy of Smash This Podcast. Go follow it on YouTube and Twitch.
Buy some merch. Buy a T-shirt and a mug, and who knows?
Yeah, there you go. Then maybe you'll get some nudes. No, I'm kidding. I'll slide into your DMs. No, I'm kidding. It's one of those nights. It's getting there, folks. It's getting there. So, speaking of the tag champs, or should we say former tag champs, one Alex Shelley is actually injured. Now, the big question, and this may come out at some point, we don't have to know this, and that's going to be kind of a common theme for me talking about this stuff all night. We don't have to know this, but it's nice to find out. Alex Shelley divulged on the old Twitter box about his C4 and C5 and
C6, I believe.
Yeah, that's in his. Is that his back or is that the neck?
I'm not a doctor, and I do not play one on TNI.
I know, but
it's along the spinal column, but I'm to kind of say where it is. It could be more near the neck or the upper spine, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to assume. If we have any more medical experts or someone that had that injury, I know a lot of people get back injuries, so you might know right off the top of your head if it's more near the tailbone or if it's middle back or upper back near the neck.
or as Tyson would say, spinal.
Oh,
what kind of back injury? Spinal. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Mark here. Neck,
cervical. Okay,
yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, it's somewhere back there.
All right, so
call a nurse if we only knew one.
Oh, hello.
Hello, nurse.
Hello. So yeah, Alex Shelley is worse for wear. The pile driver done to him, I believe, was done to him as to say that was a way to write him off of television.
Yeah,
I do not. I'm not
Bells
here.
Is right. Alex Shelley actually said this was an issue he was having.
Oh, yeah, he did put that. I didn't put the specifics, but yes, he did put that. The C6 nerve root controls your pointer finger and bicep, and C5 can refer to your pectorals. Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah. So he's got some issues there he's got to take care of. He's, we don't know what
it's becoming a medical show. Dr. Bone over there.
The lower, LS. Yeah, that's what I had surgery on. I had a few surgeries down there. That's not fun either. That doesn't matter where it is on there. On your spinal, top or bottom or middle. It sucks. So, yeah, we don't know anything else beyond that. We certainly wish him well, and we hope he can return someday to help out the roster. And just to continue his career, it's been an absolute joy this past summer, given everything the world is dealing with all this stuff going on.
Because we were all just ecstatic to see the machine guns back, because we knew Saban. He was just waiting to get healthy to come back, but Shelley, it always seemed like he may not come back. It didn't seem like he was always one of those former TNA guys that really was glowingly remembering the company. So it didn't seem like a likely scenario. So for him to come back with Shelley, with Saban, and to capture the titles and everything, it was a great storyline. It was great having him back, because they honestly, 10 years, there wasn't a day shown on that 10 years. They were gone pretty much between titles. So it was a great run. Hopefully he does come back healthy and that they're back in the mix at some point.
Yeah, solo or tag or whatever.
Yeah.
Anything he can do to help out the next generation.
What he's doing, that whole Tiger Driver, like all those guys we've been seeing on Xplosion, this is the show we talk about. They're all his guys. Like Ben Carter, obviously he's already signed, but we're going to be seeing, I believe this week is Lee Moriarty versus Suicide. So that's going to be next week's show. So that's another one. Lee Moriarty, he had a big weekend at the Collective. He's been doing a lot on the independent, someone to look out for. And then Trey Lamar, who I believe is fighting Ethan Page, I heard.
Yeah, quite the lineup there. Can't wait to see those. I thought we were going to see them sooner, but you never know what they tape, you know.
You never know. I think there might be intentions of when they're using, but then who knows how it gets done by our buddy Kev and all in the production truck.
Yeah, the whole
Keith
production
Mitchell in the truck.
Yeah, Keith, can we say that again? Good old Don West there. So yeah, best wishes and prayers for Alex Shelley, and
yes.
We'll keep a close eye on that story. I think the big question alongside of that is what happens with Sabin. Does he help out the X division? Does he go for something bigger?
Does he go after Rohit? Good question there, former X division champion.
Oh man, Sabin versus Rohit. Shut up and take my money.
Yeah,
man,
no, I think he's definitely going to wrestle. I obviously he probably does some stuff backstage still, but I think he's going to perform. He's at his full. Like, there's no reason not for Sabin to be performing.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's not like some other company where one half of a tag team goes down and they shelve the other. No, Chris Sabin is, I would think, would be more than willing to do whatever.
Yeah, former world champion Chris Sabin. Come on.
Yeah, don't forget that. I think a lot of people forget that, even though it was his run was fairly short, unfortunately, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it wasn't a real long world title run. I don't know off the top of my head, like a Sting or somebody probably knows those dates better than me. But it wasn't like he had a year run or anything like that. Well, it was in the months.
Didn't he beat Bully or something for it?
He beat Bully. Yeah, he beat Bully for it.
Okay, so he beat someone significant that was top of the company for a while. Okay. Just trying to think of a time frame there. All right. So yeah, we'll keep close eye on that story for Alex Shelley, and certainly very curious to see what happens sooner rather than later for Chris Sabin in the tapings ahead, leading to the end of the year and Hard to Kill. Put out an interesting selfie today that he was on his way to Ohio for something. We don't know what.
Yeah, it was a autograph signing.
Oh, is that what it was?
And he put some pictures from there too. So he had a prior commitment in Ohio.
So we're talking about James Storm. A lot of news, a lot of excitement coming out of last night. James Storm appearing. Oh, look at that beer bottle. That is beautiful. When is that from, Bill? That piece of merchandise?
This is from probably 2015, 2016 era.
Nice.
Probably 2015.
Okay. So his last
it's probably near a beer money run.
Okay.
Cruiser run.
There you go. Yeah, that was so fun. I've seen those gifts floating around this past week. Just goofy stuff. But yeah, so what some people assumed, and folks, I've said this a billion times, I'll say it a billion more. 45 billion times. Never assume anything. Because there were people in the Discord, I'm not going to name names. I'll be nice. I'm not going to call out people. I'm not that much of a dick. I'll go heel later. Just wait for it. Some people were like, well, here's the selfie. I guess he's not coming back. I guess he's done. And I was like, just.
Well,
let's
he's got to come back, Jay. Do you know why he's got to come back?
It ain't no secret. I need a job.
That was beautiful. Yeah, I mean, he was supposed to go some other place up north, and they pulled out the rug from underneath him.
He would have got what all these people that came in his anniversary would have got. Because pretty much if they would have brought him in at the beginning of the year, he would have been probably future endeavored with the cast that we did get at Slammiversary.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, which it's like, well, so they just got pulled out from underneath them. So why not, bring him back to a place that would appreciate him and would book him properly, So no, he did not. Dreamstorm did not win the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. Now he was in what, the Final Four?
Final Four.
Final Four. So that's still, the Final Four is pretty damn good.
That's a good showing.
Yeah,
and we kind of know it's once again fake wrestling news, but it's being floated out there that they had to call an audible during that match due to the injury we haven't touched on yet.
Oh, we're getting to that.
Yeah.
So now I read somewhere, I don't know where I read it, but someone is saying out there that James Storm is coming back after this appearance in Ohio, because they're doing a few days of tapings down in Nashville. So we cross our fingers. We hope he does. We hope it's not a one-off.
I think we'll really know. We'll obviously, for Tuesday's show, I'm sure we'll have an update, but we might know something tomorrow.
And within the next 24 hours, they're going to start putting out promo stuff, along with, of course, the wedding is happening on this coming Tuesday between Johnny Bravo and Rosemary. And they'll start putting out the match card, so-and-so versus so-and-so, So keep an eye out for that. That'll be interesting to see. Aaron Jack in the chat. I marked the FL when I finally heard that theme song again. Yeah, that was cool.
Cash wearing.
Yeah, that's a classic. Very, very cool. I know there were some people excited about that. I watched a couple of reviews, people that weren't excited about it. I don't know why he wouldn't be. He's still in incredible shape. I mean,
no, honestly, if you're a TNA fan, I don't see how you can't be excited about that. Yeah. He's one of the building block guys for the company. No matter what, like maybe after a program, you can be like, I don't like how they're using them or something like that. But just coming back in general, great to see. And honestly, these better not be the same people that are like anti-ECW guy making a return and be like, oh, ECW guy, why are you using them again? This is your history. There's always a spot for a TNA original. Always a spot.
Yeah, I mean it's not Shark Boy coming back with a box of donuts.
Hey, I would have been okay with a little shill, yeah.
Oh, sure, I would have too. For a chuckle, and
especially for a gauntlet like that. Yeah, but that's a one-off. That's not a storyline.
Right, and and we don't, I don't know if Hornswoggle is staying. Daivari, though, I tell you what, man, Daivari looked like $1 million.
He did.
He really did. And people were like, wow, he still wrestles. It's like, for the people that don't know, he runs a dojo, gym, wrestling school, whatever you want to call it, in Minnesota with Mr. Anderson, last I checked. So, yeah, I mean, if you're running one, you can't be just the guy that's sitting in the office. I mean, yeah, you certainly could. But, yeah, he's and I believe I think his younger brother still works for Up North, the 205 Live, I believe. And I've seen him wrestle around here, and he's actually really good. So yeah, it
looks like a lot of elders are hearing that he's coming back too. So
we'll see. That's awesome. That is good to hear.
Because hopefully, I know we talked about it on the review. To me, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to use a James Storm in that match unless you had bigger plans. Because you're not, like I said, you're not getting no crowd. You're not getting the pop. Maybe if there was a live crowd, you do it just for a pop on one night. But without a crowd, that really doesn't make a lot of sense. You already got the people that bought the show. No reason to really go out of your way to bring in someone like that for just a one-off.
Right.
It has to be more than that.
So what's interesting now is, where do you go from this with him? Where do you put him in the roster? Do you put him against a veteran like Eric Young? Do you run him alongside maybe some beer drinkers like the Good Brothers? I mean, there's all sorts of little things that you could put him in to help further the roster along. So look, whatever they do, I trust the guys on top of the company. that they're going to do something great with him. We just got to wait and see, you know. I mean, we were blown away and shocked, honestly, with the return of Eric Young and his shot up to the top of the company. Who knows what'll happen with James Storm?
Yeah, because you could easily see him in a world. I could see him in the world title picture. I could see him. I'd love to see him in a program with now Moose and EC3 with the TNA storyline. I think that'd be great. I'd like to see Eric Young maybe get into that storyline too, because these are major TNA names that really would cement Moose if that's the way you're looking at it. So I would love to see him there. Right now, on the current roster, I don't know if I see a tag team partner, although he's shown in his time right before this that he can almost work with any partner, James Storm, and win tag titles. So he could find someone on the roster maybe that's not being used with some potential. No one comes to mind as a perfect fit for him, but he could make it work. But I would like to see him more solo act right now. Now, if there was a certain guy up north that gets released, obviously that could be some long-term thinking. But until then, unless friend of the show Chris Harris wants to make a quick comeback.
I was just gonna say, you know, maybe he sees something like this that, you know, James Storm does put his foot back in Impact Wrestling, and maybe that motivates him, because I don't know how much Chris Harris was actually. I mean, he talked about being in the ring here and there, but I don't really know how much he was really in the ring, you know, running the ropes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Or what kind of in-ring shape.
Well, he even said, like, he'd be happy to tag with him and let him do all the work.
Yeah.
But there's a match. I'd like to see this match by Elijah.
Oh, Elijah Washington says Sami Callihan versus Storm is a match I want to see. Wow. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that's a take my money type match. And you know what? Elijah's hitting it again, too, because Eddie has been teasing something like this. If there was a partner, that's probably it right there.
Oh, could be. Yeah, I mean.
He makes a lot of sense, Eddie. That's a guy just like him. Very good solo runs, but also a great tag team wrestler.
This is true. I mean, he does have that good in-ring psychology that he can go back and forth between the two, and has done that throughout Ring of Honor till now. Yeah, we just got to wait and see. But yeah, obviously, you know, if you're watching this on a replay or live right now with us, shout out in the comments. Let us know what you want to see James Storm do in his future in Impact Wrestling. We don't know how long he's around. No news of, is it just, is he in for a set of tapings? Long term, we don't know. We'll keep an eye out for that news as well. But we're happy he's back in any capacity, because damn, he's a good worker. He's in great shape. He ain't gonna come back and stink up the joint. Yeah. So and then talking about that gauntlet, there was news. I'm gonna mark these off as we talk about them, so I don't stumble over I'm already stumbling over my shit. All right, so now keeping on that gauntlet news, people that were in the gauntlet, someone was injured during the gauntlet, and now we still don't have confirmation, like official confirmation, I don't think, as far as what exactly is wrong with him, but Heath was injured during the match. And I'd have to watch the whole thing back, honestly, because when we were live and we're talking and you're writing stuff down and you look up and you look down and you're trying to take notes, but you're trying to pay attention, you miss stuff. And there's obviously a lot of little things that you missed during it. And all of a sudden at one point I saw him getting like taken out or gingerly carried away or something. I was like, oh my God, what's up with that? And I just assumed somebody stomped the mud hole in him and they took him out, like one of those things like, oh, he was taken out of the match, but he was never eliminated. Like one of those things, you know? That's what I was thinking it was. And I don't remember.
Sort of like I thought Alex Shelley might come back in the tag match on yesterday.
Yeah, like one of the like Super Shelly, as we we make fun of the little Super Jarrett thing. We talk about the NWA TNA days once in a while. Like he's gonna come back. He's got the neck brace on and he's limping down to the ring and he rips off the neck brace and he jumps in the ring and shakes the ropes. Oh no, that's Ultimate Warrior. Never mind. But makes a comeback. So Heath was injured during the match last night. Some people are saying hernia, something lower abdomen / groin related. We don't have official word yet. I know there's a couple different things floating around, but nonetheless, and Bill noted this to me as well, so I tuned in for a little bit of it. He was live tonight on the Facebook, what would they call that? Oh, those pop-up shops.
Pop-up shop.
Yeah, where they're selling
Which is a good
merch.
thing. I think they should keep doing this. It's another way to sell merch. Like it's a merch stand, like you'd be at a show live, without having that ability to do it. So it's a good idea. Once again, it's George North, if you don't know it. The guy that's George North is running the merch show. So it's once again, it's that Good Brothers connection, man. These guys them and their boys are a like marketing team. And they're adding to it, so it's good job by them. Utilize it.
That's good business right there, and that just boosts because I think this is new. I don't think they've done this before. Like they've had pop-up sales like on the site, like little things like, but you got to go to the site. But this is boom, it's live. They talk to you, you get the responses.
Yeah, it's very similar. That's where I got this. They did their Talking Shop auction. And that's where I got my beer ski hat, my beer can, my poster.
And that was on the podcast YouTube, right?
Yeah, the Talking Shop YouTube. So They took that same concept and brought it over to Facebook. And I believe they're doing it definitely tomorrow night as well.
Yeah, I heard Monday. So probably, yeah. I don't have
about
the time
9
or anything.
Yeah, about 9 p.m. or something, I think. So obviously a lot of it has interfered with our show. So sadly, maybe good for my wallet. I haven't had as much chance to be on there.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to have to drag Bill away from it in order to get him in here. I didn't want to do this solo and totally stink up the joint. But anyways, so yeah, he's on there. He's smiling. He seems to be in pretty good spirits. I watched just part of it. I didn't hear him confirm anything.
He may have verbally committed. If anyone was watching and heard that, let us know. But I know we know the area that's affected, and it seems like it's one of a few things. But it seems pretty much it's one which sounds like it was the better option of the two. But we'll see what happens. We don't like delving in stuff that's not confirmed.
So yeah, I mean, we hope that whatever's going on isn't too bad, and maybe he was just on some halfway decent.
Yeah, because
that's why he was back. Who knows?
He's got kids, Jay. He needs to support those kids.
That's right. So,
but he's got a job now. He's got a job.
He does. I mean, I don't know if it's been updated on the roster. Bill, if you want to check that, head over to IMPACTWRESTLING.com. See if he's been added. See if there's been any roster changes over the last 24 hours.
I'm willing to give them once the tapings are over to update it.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes they're right. Boom. The news hits and it's like, oh, sure enough, so and so's gone or whatever. But
Keith is on the roster page.
He is
as a star.
There we go. So they had some great sales. They were giving away signed turnbuckles for like 150 local / USA shipped, 175 international if you're interested. A lot of 8x10s signed and given away, ring worn gear, Deanna Purrazzo's knee pads, I believe, ring worn shirts from Brian Myers from last night, I guess. He said he wore it all day, so just thinking up really good. So hey, if he's one of your favorites, you can go back on there.
They're still going on. Yeah, the Good Brothers are back.
All the Good Brothers. There you go.
Yeah, they never stop, the Good Brothers.
Yeah. So I'm sure they've had a full day of stuff from the tapings too, and they're going what, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I think.
Yeah.
For stuff.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they go on Tuesday. I know they released the whole schedule of when they are these pop-ups, but hey, keep doing them, man. Do them every tapings. Honestly,
Zach says Myers mask. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. That's cool. I don't know if that's considered COVID safe nowadays, or that's just gimmick. I don't know.
Oh, interesting from Akeem here.
Myers.
Speaking of,
Myers revealed on Twitter the inspiration for his Bound for Glory attire was the Monster Abyss. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Shout out to another Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah. Mr. Park, 1/3 of Park and Park. Now
still got one of the parks.
Oh yeah, somewhere in the.
He's somewhere in the back.
He's somewhere in the undead realm, purgatory, slinging some tacks around. Yeah, we've seen him.
And Chandler's there somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's some karate guy.
Yeah, we want Chandler Park back.
I want this new karate guy. Jeez Louise, have you seen some of his latest vlogs? They're ridiculous. Like straight out of
You never know, because we know from the last 2 years on for that Thanksgiving show, they like to do something a little fun, a little different. If they are filming a Thanksgiving themed episode, could there be the return to IPWF? Could there be a turkey trot type thing? Or like a turkey suit match? Or could there be something new, maybe involving someone like the Karate Man?
New gimmick, maybe Josh Alexander. Maybe it's the breakup of the North, and Josh Alexander rings his bell so hard it sends him into like an alternate state of mind, and he drops him on his head, and he shakes it off, and he goes, "I'm the Karate Man," and just like this new chapter of Ethan Page starts. It's be goofy as shit. So
Terrence, thanks for joining us. He had to be hanging out with Deanna Parazzo all night first, but we appreciate you coming by.
Oh, hey, that's.
Well, we'll give you the okay for Deanna.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not a bad thing. Yeah, that's not a bad thing. So yeah, especially if you're getting some of that hot merch on Facebook right now, not a bad thing.
Critical Sting. There we go. Tim Burr. He's not. He'll always be Tim Burr to me, Josh Alexander.
What Tim Burr was?
IPWF.
No, I know, but who was Tim Burr?
It was Josh Alexander.
Oh, Josh Alexander was Tim Burr. Okay. Oh my God.
There was a good one because there was Gymnasium. That was our buddy from the Rascals. That was Dez.
Wentz was.
He was
like a race car driver.
Yeah, he was like spark plug. Oh, race track. That's it, Gary.
Race.
It was race
track. Yeah.
And then there was hold on. There was Bill Ding.
Bill Ding. That was Trey. Moose was some like rapper.
He was
dude.
DJ Large.
Large and in charge. I don't know, something. But yeah, those.
I was there for it, so I should remember better. But they all had creative names.
There you go.
There was Rich Swan was Rapid Delivery Pete.
Oh yeah, there we go. Critical Sting had that. Yeah, Rip Razor and the Rough Riders.
Oh,
yeah.
I have the shirt for the Rough Riders.
Now, obviously, some of that has changed now, but
yeah, just don't mention Captain Flight Stick.
Oh God. Oh yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's keep him out of the hot wrestling.
Well, Captain Flight Stick's still allowed to be, just like Muscles McGee. And then don't forget Giuseppe. Giuseppe.
Oh, Giuseppe. We'll keep the memory alive in a positive way. We'll do that.
And Sexton Hardcastle.
Oh, and that's a guarantee that we're going to get some new characters on there. We got Chad Too Bad. We got Sexton Hardcastle. some great
Well,
new
not Sex
stuff.
Ferguson. This was the first Sex and Hardcastle. Our buddy Don.
Oh yeah. So yeah, keep an eye out for that coming up in the next couple months. All right, so yeah, we don't have the exact news on Heath, but he's up and around, so that's a good sign. Hopefully, whatever it is, he can heal up quick, and it'll be interesting to see what storyline they write up for him in the tapings. Like, is there going to be some fallout? Is Rhino going to turn on him and that takes him out for a while and then he comes back next year? We don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. If the whole idea was to win the gauntlet and use it for a tag title shot, well, that might have to be scraped now. Yeah. So now, like, it might have to be a Rhino solo title shot, something like that. Or you just hold it. There's no time limit really on this thing. You would assume the time limit at minimum is next year's Bound for Glory if there was a time limit on it. So they could just wait it out.
He could, and he could just go on to do whatever. I mean, you got to assume that they would save it for a big event anyways. Eddie Edwards had his for a decent amount of time, so maybe Hard to Kill. Heath will be 100% or more, and he'll be ready to go, and they can do whatever. So we just got to wait and see. Now, the biggest news that was on a lot of people's lips today, talking about, and this is a sensitive one. This is the one that upset a lot of people, including myself, just because when people, it's great to get the news out there first, but when you're just putting news out there for the sake of being first and it's nothing confirmed and nothing right, that's when it gets upsetting, folks. We're talking about Kylie Rae. Now, I'd have to go back and see exactly how, like, I don't remember exactly like the verbiage that they used at the pay-per-view. I know it was awkward. I know Deonna Purrazzo was out there talking, and I remember it felt awkward. Like, okay, why is she? Okay, so she's just cutting a promo. I didn't catch what commentary said, and then all of a sudden, Su Yung came out, and we were all confused.
Yeah, because they went through the whole Tron of Kylie's, a little bit of a delay. She doesn't come out.
Yeah.
And then Deonna gets on the mic. You're right. And then it's like, well, what's going on here? And then you get the Su Yung music.
So look, here's what we know. Obviously she's okay as far as we've heard. We don't have anything additional to throw on there. If, and I say if, this is mental health related / concussion related, then hopefully she'll return at some point. We can't assume anything at this point. And you know what? If it is a personal thing, we got to remember there's stuff that, look, we're fans. We're not privy to this shit. Okay. Unless you're like, a roommate or a cousin or something, it's none of our business.
Yeah. Honestly, from what these, a certain dirt sheet came out with, it's like using well, the company said nothing but talent. And who that talent is or what their connection is, how close they are to anything, we don't know. Honestly, they don't know. Like if it was either, you're right, like a roommate, her fiance, I don't know if he went out with her, Isaiah, someone like that said something, that then you can take that with a little bit more. But now, like the only thing I can confirm, because I was out there, she did get hurt at the Collective. Her last match, she got hurt. It seemed like it was a head injury, a concussion of some kind. Yeah. That's what it seemed like. The match with Josh Alexander out there. But since then, now that was a couple weeks ago, those things are funny. You don't know. Once again, I said it earlier, I'm not a doctor. Some people have a concussion and they're right back at it. But the whole thing today with concussion protocols, you got to take that. But I know I'm from the Philly area. Flyers fan. Chris Pronger got a concussion, and he was done. His career was over. Eric Lindros, he came back from a concussion too early, and then he was done. So there's people go any way with that. So it could be something where thought good to go, then maybe not. But once again, we don't know. It could have been that, could have been something else, totally unrelated. But we don't know, and we don't want to just make assumptions here. And it sounds like some people are. So we wait for the facts. We just know she wasn't there. Those were the facts leading up to it. Hopefully we get an update on Tuesday. But and hopefully Kylie's okay. Like, hopefully whatever it is, take her time. Just do what she needs to do to make herself better before any of this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the big picture here. That she's just gotta, when she's ready. And look, she was in. I don't remember all the details. She was in a bad place last year, which is why she didn't sign with Impact right away. She wasn't ready. I think she even said that.
Yes,
part of the
she said that in the diary. In that. Yeah. So like she's put that out there. Like that is something she's put out there. She wasn't ready to sign a deal because Impact pretty much came right up to her and said, "We want you."
Yeah.
And she's like, thanks, but I can't right now. I'm not. It's not my time.
Right. And then, she gave herself some time. She did what she needed to do for herself, got herself in a good headspace, and then she was ready. And she's been a great addition to this Knockouts roster. But like I said, when you throw a concussion on that, on top of whatever she does deal with on a daily basis, and a lot of wrestlers deal with self-esteem issues, mental health issues on a daily basis, and that's scary shit.
Yeah, just look at Jordan Grace's Twitter. They're like, that was news today. Freaking hurt. Like Sabu was going after Jordan Grace on Twitter today, and Jordan don't mess around. She comes right back. So, but it's a different world for not only all of these celebrities, you want to say, but especially the knockouts, the females. They take another level of criticism, honestly. So it's not an easy thing to have to deal with.
Yeah. So, and I think the first news that came out about Kylie is that she was injured. And for people that poo-pooed that right away, it's like, well, look, we know she had a concussion. So to poop, you know what? You honestly, as much as we may like or not like a certain dirt sheet and their news, I wouldn't exactly write that off, if the concussion
it
is still there.
Yeah, it could have played a factor regardless. But once again, we don't know. But like I said, that's something where you could feel like I'm good to go. But then the day of, hey, if anything, you want to like, you know what? I'm worried about the risk. It could be as simple as that. You don't know.
You start working out, you start feeling something. Yeah, you just don't know. So, I mean, obviously, we're going to keep a close eye on this. Hopefully, she does come back, and hopefully, Impact Wrestling is look, and all this stuff about and nobody knew a thing and blah 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 blah. Look, take that with a grain of salt, because like I said, some of these people out there, you know who you are. You got to get your stuff out there, whether it's right or wrong. And that's obviously why I don't use them as sources. I use very few people as actual sources. We'll keep a close eye on this, and we just hope and pray that she is okay, and that whatever she needs to do for herself, she takes plenty of time to do it, and that Impact Wrestling has the support and patience behind her to keep that going. So
we always go with these sources, right, J-Bone? These are our sources.
Yeah.
Our two eyes.
Yeah. And, we're not going to sit here and be like, hey, well, we know people in the company and blah, 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 blah. No. Sometimes we do hear stuff once in a while, certain things, but look, let's just pray that she gets better with whatever she is dealing with. Okay.
Correct.
So there's
once again, just like we did for Shelly, Heath, same thing with Kylie.
Yeah.
Wish all the best. Get well soon, regardless.
James Storm, whatever he's dealing with in Ohio, hopefully he comes back safe. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, honestly, he's traveling. Be safe traveling, James Storm.
Yeah, there you go. You can say that. So, all right. Now, did we have anything else you wanted to throw out there? Any other?
I think that's pretty much the Bound for Glory news. I do know someone did bring it up that Moose, who's a social media maven, he did point out like thanks to EC3 for like kind of what we were talking about, like getting him to become what he is. So I think there's definitely there's no longer a feud with EC3 and Moose. The question is, are they together? What's that coming out? I know some people are thinking that EC3's done now. That was his role to play, and now he's done, especially with that Ring of Honor stuff. He's not done. EC3's not going anywhere. I don't know what his role is going to be. I'm not sure how this is all going to play out, but he is not nearly done with his narrative in Impact Wrestling.
No, I think there is more of a story to tell for him, whether it be to team up with Moose on a new level of like respect, and that EC3 helped get Moose to a new headspace with this TNA championship, or just to get motivated to go after something else. We have no clue. I was very entertained by this. I know some people weren't. I felt like it was like the slow burn of the summer, honestly, from Slammiversary on. Like, oh, where is this going? And we were getting a little impatient with it, but I felt like as it got a few weeks out, it really picked up steam again, and it paid off decently. And it really turned into something that we weren't expecting at all. So yeah, we just got to wait and see what Moose and EC3's next travels are. I'm not going to assume that
there we go.
EC3
differs. That's we take differing opinions. Everyone have their opinion.
Oh,
we don't know. We went over our reviews. We don't know.
Yeah.
I just think there's more to it, but hey, anything could happen. Honestly, I'm sure I have a bias. I think everyone knows I'm a huge EC3 fan. So personally, yeah, I definitely want to see him stay. But it's interesting. I'm going to be interested to see how it plays out. That storyline with Ring of Honor. Heck, I know we talked about it the other day. I want to see the Briscoes come by, bring some of those names we want to see in Impact too. So I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I think Don and Scott and all, they're creative. They're going to make things happen that are going to get people talking. That's what they're all about. They want to get that kind of water cooler, that buzz in the wrestling world, and I think they do a good job of doing that. So we'll see.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with building relationships. Look, wrestling needs all the help it can get right now. And if one company can help another company by creating a little buzz, maybe, get a couple of fantasy bookings made out there that maybe some people have wanted to see for a while. Hey, whatever. We'll see what happens. Never assume anything, but never leave anything off the table. You never know. Paul Nelson says there's so many miles left on EC3. Yeah, I hope this isn't it. I enjoyed the story he told with Moose, and certainly hope there is more. I have no clue what there would be. Okay, here's something that we saw on social media and someone else brought it up too. Terrence Sullivan, apparently Taylor Wilde and Alicia Nicole are a tag team. Yeah, I don't remember whose social media it was. I think it was Taylor Wilde, but yeah, she put up a picture of herself in some interesting, some sassy yet conservative, a little sexy looking outfits. Like walking almost like a model walk.
This is Fashion Patrol with J-Bone.
Yeah, and I am so not fashion. Thank you. I was like trying to think of the word. Look, I'm stumbling here. Thank you.
Wait. If only we could use music, but we know we can't. But this would be a perfect time for Tennille's "Work It, Work It."
Oh yeah. With the
I think that's the whole song. Just work it.
We're trying to work it. We're trying. Oh God. So yeah, and that's something I even said. I believe I said it last night on the review that we've seen a lot of these team ups in the Knockouts division, and we've seen a lot of tag matches. Well, And now with the introduction of the belts, and obviously there's going to be some kind of tournament or something going on from here on the road to Hard to Kill for these returning knockout tag titles. I would love to see one or two more teams. And maybe Taylor Wilde is ready. Maybe Alexa Nicole. Now, was that she was up in Canada?
Yeah, she's the like the bubblegum princess, and she was also part. We were talking about the IPWF. She was the fourth member of the Rough Riders.
That's right. That was the one that was kind of a question mark, but that was all done up in Canada, and they're both in Canada, so it makes sense.
I think her and Aiden Prince are like those two kind of young, upcoming, upstart Canadian members that I think the more they're up there, they'll always be used. But will they get to that point where they're like kind of traveling always like in the States with them too? If this pandemic didn't happen, that may have happened already for those two because they were using them a lot. So I could see obviously her having a future. She's someone with a lot of potential. I see her definitely being a part of the knockouts, so especially with I know someone mentioned it there, the whole knockouts. Yeah, the whole knockouts title. I could definitely see her coming in.
Yeah, and there's certainly some other classics we could see. I saw someone mention ODB in the chat. She was back.
They're the champions.
What's that?
ODB and EY got to go.
The power couple.
They were the last champs.
That would be funny, and we have joked about that before. That wouldn't be certainly a priority on my list by any means. I know some other people out there really are dying to see that. I don't know. with this EY that we've seen recently.
Yeah, this EY it doesn't work with. That EY it worked with. This one it doesn't.
No, I mean, and I think they teased it when we thought he was coming back, and they saw the Super Eric suit floating around backstage at Swinger was tossing around.
Yeah, well, we know it's now in Swinger's hotel room, Daddy.
Yeah, so now apparently someone else is going to be wearing that. We don't want to know. Hey, that's his business, and we don't fault him for anything in his private lifestyle. What he does with that Super Eric suit, that's all right. Anyways, so yeah, and sound off. Let us know who you want to see. I'm already seeing names pop up here. Let us know who you want to see. If they do bring in some new knockouts. I know LuFisto's been top of a lot of people's list. Let's see here. Holly Dead and Thunder Rosa, would love to see them. I know Thunder Rosa's been on a big part of another brand recently. She's still NWA.
Yeah, but she's even teasing, where do you want to see her next year? So she obviously has a contract coming up. She's teased it. She puts out like, what promotion you want to see me at in 21? So
Grayson and added LuFisto to the
because they were a tag team on the Indies.
Oh, they were.
Yeah, Team Pog.
Team what? Pog. Interesting. But yeah, that would be amazing. I would love to see that. Alicia and Madison. That'd be an interesting one. It would certainly put Madison back in the ring. She's still ring ready. She did wrestle her last independent match.
Yes, Madison she's closed out the independent run in her. So obviously she's still more than willing to go, and I think we've kind of see with this whole setup, like obviously Don was back on commentary. I don't know how it's going to affect. Are we going to go right back to Madison on commentary for Tuesday, or is Don now going to be color again with Josh, or is he just going to do big shows?
Yeah, or Matt Stryker was there too. Who knows?
And Matt Stryker did that the pre-show match, so they are mixing in a little Stryker, but then he got taken off the Xplosion, So I'm not sure.
This last one now, I don't know what's the one that's showing up within the next 12 to 24 hours. The new Xplosion. I have no clue who's going to be on that one. Still on that last set of tapings for the next few, I think. We'll have to wait and see. But Elijah Washington says beautiful people. Yeah, they're still with Ring of Honor. They ain't showing up. Although we have heard there are some names exiting Ring of Honor.
And honestly, there's that Ring of Honor connection with maybe they're kind of available within Ring of Honor.
Oh, I mean, if there is some kind of partnership being built, then
they've shown a lot of Angelina Love and Beautiful People clips since Slammiversary.
Yeah, she was part of that. Excuse me, that mystery of
they're coming.
Former champions appearing. Yeah, so you never know. Don't take anything off the table. I don't think they would, but hey, you never know. Hakeem Fullerton here says Lacey, Ryan, and Heather Monroe. Now those are two. At least the Heather Monroe out of the two I know has worked close with Taya.
Yeah, she's one of the Real Housewives of Slamtown.
Yes, yeah. Holly
and Lacey Ryan, she worked the Vegas tapings. She was I saw her in Ohio Valley when I went out there. She's doing a lot of stuff on the indies, very athletic. So yeah, that's another one. I know Mark is a big fan of Lacey Ryan, and I am too. I think she's very good. I think she would be a fit. She's up there on like the independent workers out there.
I think she's coming to Milwaukee. Wait, is she the Zello Pro Women's Champ, or am I thinking of someone else?
You're Lainey Luck. You're thinking of.
That's who. Okay, yeah. A few of these I get mixed up because they have similar names or something, similar looks. But yeah, okay. So she's done. All right. So
but she has appeared. She has appeared on. I think did she even get? She may have gotten a title shot out in Vegas tapings. She worked a lot of the Vegas tapings.
Oh, there you go. Taya and Rosemary, I think, are certainly, but we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with this wedding. We don't know if those two are gonna stay tight. Maybe there might be a falling out. We gotta wait and see.
We'll find out a lot on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday is gonna be a big day for the knockouts in this whole wedding thing, and are we gonna get a big return? Do you think of a certain minister?
The thing is, we had the tease during the pay-per-view. Rosemary, when would have it to go do something? But we never got it. We never got that answer. So I have a feeling we're going to get an early answer Tuesday night, where you can watch the show with us Tuesday night on Twitch.
Oh yes, yeah, we'll be doing the live reactions as usual.
Well, this is the live reaction and watch along. You can actually watch the show with us.
Yes, yeah. We're gonna have we're on the side of the screen, and the rest of the screen is the Impact Wrestling feed. So by all means,
and even if the feed has issues, we don't have issues because we have backup.
That's right. We'll get it to you come hell or high water. Even with the sucky weather here in Wisconsin, it's like fall never even had a chance. My God, the leaves are just dropping like flies. What next is on the? Nicole Savoy. Yeah, I've seen her name a lot out there lately. I've seen her wrestle in.
Nicole Savoy wrestled
somewhere out west.
Kimberly at Shimmer.
There you go.
At the Collective.
Is that a turnbuckle?
Yeah, that is a turnbuckle.
Oh, nice.
But we know J-Bone. He's Mr. Turnbuckle.
Yeah, I got another one coming in the mail. I think, courtesy of Big Kev. So, very thankful for that. Very interesting. Did not think I was going to. Of all the people in our crew, I did not think I was going to win that. So we'll have to. I can't wait to see that. We'll have to properly display that. We're going to redo the whole damn office for that. I tell you.
Yeah, who knows? That might be in the background.
Oh, absolutely. All right, let's see what else.
Yeah, let me take a look.
Who booked this shit? Someone get the soundbite there.
All right, let's see.
Who booked this?
Hopefully we'll get another one of those on Tuesday when he comes back.
Well, he might be more like this.
What? How did you do this?
Sadly, I only understood about half of that. Yeah. And that one too.
Sadly, I understood about half of that.
There you go. More names coming in. Kelly Klein. Was that the one that was former Ring of Honor?
Former Ring of Honor champion, yes.
Okay, yeah. I know she had a lot of concussion issues over the course of the last year. So, hey, hopefully she's healthy. I remember seeing her in the ring a few times as Ring of Honor champ. She was all right. No one that really was like, oh, my God, I got to see her somewhere.
Here's kind of the first question. Obviously, guys, throw in like any questions. Like this is the open forum. Throw in a couple in there. We'll get to them. But or like anything you think. Bound for Glory ending, where we're going. But Sting here with a question. Who on the roster did it take you the longest to come around on?
Oh, man. That's a good one. You got anyone right off the top of your head?
Let's see. Somebody that took a lot to, like a little bit to grow on. You know what? I'm not going to, I want to phrase it this way because I never had really a negative perception, but I'm just going to say the evolution.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Alicia Edwards. Just
okay.
From what we've seen her, like her acting, even her in ring, like she's like when we were watching the deciding the gauntlet and like she's in there among all those and she just like goes all after them. And the whole Lishism stuff, like Wrestle House was great for her, and she made herself into a character just from like on the current roster. Like I think most of them from the get go, I was pretty on board with. But there's one, Alicia Edwards, just over time has really impressed me over time. How about you, Jay?
I see someone in Gary Rossetti in the chat says Falaba. I think that's someone absolutely on my list. And
when he had that Austin Aries match, it's like take him seriously.
Oh, that and who is that guy right alongside of him? That was a tag team. Now he's in a production once in a while. KM.
Oh yeah, KM. I thought you were going with his first tag team partner, Mario Barroca. But yes,
no.
then it was KM. Yeah.
No, see, and that comes from a time when I was real I was real in and out.
Yeah,
there.
KM runs. Well, he's the booker now for WrestlePro.
Okay, all right. Yeah, and I know he helped out a little bit over the course of this last year. Whenever Impact was in town or something, I think they brought him in for a little bit of production. But KM was one of those guys that took me a while to sell. But then he started working. He started working really good, and I loved his chemistry and the back and forth with Falaba. That was one that took me a while, and then what I like to compare it to was like Han Solo talking to Chewbacca. That's the way the conversation started to go with KM and Falaba, and he just ran with it. It was, and I thought it was comedy gold. I really enjoyed it. And then sadly he was gone shortly after, whatever the issue was. I don't know. But anyways, that was, and I think Rohit, honestly, is one that took me a while that I wasn't really, it's not that I didn't like him. It's just that I wasn't paying much attention to him.
Yeah. I think that's one, especially just knowing Trent and his work at AAW. I think it's someone like, I think we knew he had that ability, so it wasn't a surprise when we saw it. I think just Alicia we never saw it. So for her to do it, that really impressed me. And I know just a couple of the people in the chat highlighting, like Akeem mentioned the Good Brothers. I think there were some people on our own show that weren't sure, like, what's that? Because obviously Trent, he would say, like, I don't even know who these guys are because he doesn't watch the product they were on.
Right.
But I think they're proving themselves. Another good one, because I just saw this guy live, Dead Punk Gage, Jesse Godderz. He just thought he was a body guy, a Miz knockoff, but he proved me wrong with all of his hard work. And I agree. I was really hoping we might see Jesse in that gauntlet. I'd like to see Jesse back. I know back at one of the last sets of Bethlehem tapings, like I think it was his last gimmick, the Man, Jesse Goddard's.
Okay.
And they were trying to give him like that heel, that Mr. Wonderful type persona. But they didn't give it a lot of time. They gave it one set of tapings, then they gave up on it. But I thought it was great.
Oh, here's a good one. What's been your favorite pay-per-view since Scott and Don took over? So that goes back give or take a little, about 3 years now, because it was like 2017-ish.
Yeah, it was Bound for Glory 2017.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's a tough one. I mean, I'm one of those guys. I can't remember what the hell I had for
Yeah, I'll go first on this because I think they were all pretty good. Their pay-per-views haven't really ever let down. You might say you like this or that better, but I go Slammiversary 2018. Like, that was Pentagon versus Sammy. You had a lot going on in that one.
I'm going to say, and I'm biased on this because I was there and it was my first Impact live event was Bound for Glory last year, 2019.
Once again, it doesn't disappoint, but here, I'll kind of take this and turn it on you a little bit, Jay. What do you think's the biggest show of the year? Is it Slammiversary or is it Bound for Glory?
I think it's Slammiversary. I know some people, here's that word, critical of last night. And look, I know there were a few production hiccups, some more noticeable than others. There were some people like, okay, there was a segment in the Rhino and Heath thing that people were talking about today. And when it happened live, I didn't even notice it. Probably because I was doing something, I was eating something, taking a drink of something. So when they stopped and then started again because production made them or something, whatever the issue was, and people blew that out of the water. It's like, are you serious?
Well, people are looking for that. People are looking for that with Impact.
Well, of course. Yeah, they're like, oh, well, how are they going to fuck up this time? And I saw that all day today. And it's like, look, and I'll be nice. I'm not going to call you out. I'm not going to say who you were, who I watched last night, but I watched a few parts of a few reviews last night just to see the opinions out there. Were they pro? Were they, not so for it? Here's a guy could barely form a sentence, and he's been podcasting for a while too. He started out by calling this 2015. Didn't even know what year we're in.
Wait, was it Bram?
No, it's and and he's like, he was complaining about the matches, but then also a sentence later said he hasn't watched Impact in years. So he was complaining that Eric Young was headlining with Rich Swann. How can you even complain about it if you don't have a clue of what's going on in the company? The story
you can't knock it unless you try it. And if you just get on because like it's the thing to do, like, oh, I'll get some views, I'll get some clicks. If you don't invest in the product, like, am I here doing a Hell in a Cell review right now? No. Why am I not doing that? I don't watch the product every week. Could I get on and BS my way through it? Yeah, I could. I know enough wrestling. I know the guys. I know the parties. I could watch it one night and have a opinion. But is that an opinion worth anything if I'm not following the product week to week? No. Would I waste your time? No. Right. So, but that's what a lot of people do when they do these things. You got to be watching the product. If you come out with a comment like that, if you don't know what Rich Swann did. Now, I know a lot of new eyes came at Slammiversary to the Impact product, and Rich had been gone on injury for a while. Yeah. So there's a little bit of a thing there. So there are some new fans that may be doing it. And hey, if you're getting into the product, we all fully support that. We love when people get into the product, get into it, but you just got to give a little caveat when you make statements like that. Be like, well, you know what? he's in there, and I haven't been watching, so I don't know. But you just don't kind of shit all over it. Just kind of give it, be like, well, let me watch it and see what it is, and did they tell the story and all that. That's all you want to see. Just be even-handed with it.
Well, yeah, and if you're not a regular reviewer of it, then just shut the fuck up, because you're just embarrassing. This dude embarrassed the hell out of himself to the point that 5 minutes into the review, and he could even barely talk about the review because he didn't have a fucking clue what was going on. I unsubbed his channel. So it's like, and no, I'm actually not talking about Sean Ross Sapp. He's had me blocked since all the controversial stuff with Tessa. So no, I'm actually not talking about that piece of shit. I'm talking about someone else. So, yeah, my best friend and Gary, I forgive you. I know someone was out there today trying to put me in a conversation with SRS, and let's just say I wasn't excited about it. No, I'm not gonna hate on you. We're not gonna ban you. I'm not gonna cuss you out on here. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't have the energy to do that anyways. I save that for the really big rants. And no, I'm not talking about Cody either. Quit guessing, okay? I'm not gonna say who it is. Hey, where's my love? Oh, sorry. Shit. Damn it, I did it anyways. All right, what else we got here?
Here, I think Dead Punk had a question. Let me just double check.
Dead Punk Gage, good to see you here, man. All right, do you think Taya will stick? Oh boy, here we go with the hard-hitting ones. Do you think Taya will stick around Impact or head up north after the end of the year? Now with the reintroduction of the tag titles, I would think. Now you never know, and I've said this before, and I'll reiterate it again. You never know what are the private goals of these individual workers. Is it their goal to go somewhere else, some big company someday? I'll say it once, I'll say it again. You cannot fault them for having that as one of their goals. Look, we all grew up watching it. We could shit on it all we want. From now till Kingdom Come about the current product. It's like that's one of the only things that was on as far as wrestling when we were. It was that, and then the classic, WCW or whatever it was called back then. But look, it's I assumed honestly that when Morrison went back to the WWE, or Johnny Impact, sorry. We know it's Morrison. When he went back, that she was going to go with him. And she stayed. And she has absolutely flourished in this new, with the whole Wrestle House, this new storyline. It's been a slow burn with Rosemary and this wedding going on. I mean, this has been a blast. I've really enjoyed this. It's been a little bit of mystery. It's been a little comedy, a little bit of, oh my God, I don't even know what the hell are they going to do with Bravo. It's all these little things that have been so entertaining. And I got to think, as long as they keep it interesting for her, and now they've got the Knockouts tag titles, of course, it depends on what happens with her and Rosemary. And we're going to find that out soon enough this upcoming week, probably. I would think she could start a whole new chapter with Rosemary and or someone else. I mean, they got the promo pics out there. They look great together. I mean, there's even current ones out there that I think Taya took within this last week where she's cosplaying different horror characters like Chucky. Yes. The Chucky one is absolutely terrifying. If you don't know,
with Heather Monroe, I know was in some of them.
Yeah.
She was doing like It, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah,
she's very creative. Very creative.
We've seen a bunch of these, so you don't know. Like, is she gonna take a turn for the dark side with Rosemary and call it something like freaky? We don't know, but I would think she would stick around. I hope she does, because, I mean, she is one of my favorites on the Knockouts roster. I'd say it's her and Sue Young, Rosemary, absolute favorites right now. I mean, not to poo-poo anyone else, like, former champ Deanna Purrazzo. or anyone. They're all bringing something special to the Knockouts division. What do you think, Bill? What is your opinion on this?
I would say I think she's going to stick around because the platform she's given on Impact. If she went up north, I know there's a connection with former champion Johnny Impact, but would she get that up there? I don't think so. And they're loaded, just like Impact's loaded. They're loaded up there as well. They probably have too many females on their roster. Maybe if it was more NXT, but that's not where he is. But so I just see here and now the Knockouts title. So there is every ability to keep her here. And honestly, I love like Team Ragnarok. I know that's what they're calling themselves, her and Rosemary. I think that'd be great. I hope we get to see it because I think there's still, at some point, we never got the red wedding. We're getting a wedding on possibly Tuesday, but we never got the red wedding, which was Rosemary v. Taya.
Oh, didn't I? No, I could have sworn we did get.
We didn't get the red wedding. We got a different match instead. Okay. Instead of the red wedding, the red wedding was just So because there was the issue with a visa and all at the time going across the border, so that was when the actual red wedding was supposed to happen. Then they wound up doing, I don't know if it was like a Demon's Dance or they did something like that. So I think that still needs to be, that has to be done before she were to ever leave.
Yeah.
Demon's Dance. There you go.
Excuse me. That's
so similar, but it wasn't, because the red wedding, that's going to be a bloody affair.
Oh yeah, I mean that'd be crazy. And we've seen Taya. If you have seen any of
oh yeah, her Mexico stuff, AAA stuff.
Taya's, look up Taya Valkyrie AAA, and you'll find some hardcore crazy ass gems where she really does get bloody. So okay, let's see what else we got here.
If you got any other questions? Hold on, I'm looking around.
We kind of covered this one as far as signing more. Yeah, we covered that pretty much. I mean, singles tag division for knockouts. Yeah, we mentioned a bunch of them. Yeah. So yeah, thanks again while you're looking here. Thanks again for anyone new coming in. We hope you're digging the content. We're missing a couple crew members. We're doing what we can here. We appreciate you. Yeah, just the person who said we had to be on tonight. So you know what? We're here.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Let's go with Gary.
Gary, question. Who do you think is next in line for Rohit? Oh, the man who had all the odds against him at Bound for Glory came out on top. That was a lot of fun. So do people, do they keep coming after him? Like which ones, like obviously not everyone can keep coming after him. I mean, sometimes on the night after or the episode after a pay-per-view, you get replays of certain matches once in a while. I don't think we get one of those.
And like I said, Josh almost wrote off those competitors after the match.
Oh,
it's like they had their chance. Who's next? Is kind of how he put it as he walked off. Like that Rohit stood tall among those competitors. Is there now like going to be a new batch of competitors? Or does someone in there have a claim? Like, does one specific person in that match have a claim of getting that shot again? I don't know if one necessarily really stands out of the group of saying they deserve another crack at it that quick. So I could see it being somebody not on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's certainly some new faces that could do that. We don't know what kind of goal.
Yeah, Chris Bay, that was a great spot. I remember when that happened. That blind dive Chris Bay did during that match, that was crazy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that whole match was so much fun. I mean, everybody really put in the work in that one. You know, I'd love to see Jordan Grace get another shot. I know she's
Yeah,
not
out of any of them, that would be one because, but it doesn't necessarily need to be right away. Probably not. I'm trying to think of anybody else that's kind of jumped in. Probably no one's earned it yet, I guess you'd say, because almost everybody that was involved in the X Division was in that match. So,
yeah, I know a lot of people. I'm seeing Jake Chris' name pop up. I doubt it, but maybe in time he will come back. We'll have to wait and see what the company has for him. Someone said,
well, I think this is obviously the one that could happen now based on everything.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Maybe Chris Sabin, since he hasn't wrestled him yet, and that Shelley is hurt now. Yeah, wow, that would be, woof.
It would almost be a natural fit to kind of fall in there after that.
Yeah, or maybe some other new faces show up, some other veteran faces.
There's another guy.
Brian Myers, he ain't going to be cleared. Unless he was examined and they gave him the all clear. If they gave him an ultrasound and he is fine, he just got to put ice on it for a while, but I doubt it. Yeah, maybe one of the Rascals.
Yeah, they split up the Rascals.
We're not sure what their future is. I know there's been some rumors going around. I'm not going to give that any weight. Yeah, I'd love to see them get a chance because, you know, Trey had his chance a couple times versus Ace and now versus Rohit. Dez is great, and so is Wentz. I love both of them. So,
there's still a lot of people they could go to.
Madman Fulton for the world belt next. Ooh, hey, that'd be a way to push that monster. Hey, that'd be something. So,
and I guess with the unknown of Kylie, there you go with the Knockouts title. Who's going after Sue? I think we all thought during the show it was Kylie, but I guess we don't want to assume the worst, that we might not get Kylie for a little bit. But if we don't get Kylie right into that feud, I guess you can go Deanna rematch, have her go back after it for the time being. But who else would jump out as a solo? Because there's been so much emphasis on teams right now for the Knockouts title.
Yeah, that'd be something. And maybe some new faces show up. I mean, you never know, because obviously they can only do so much during a pay-per-view. You can't pull all the triggers. Or we got James Storm. That was a lovely surprise. Elijah Washington says Havoc. I've seen a bunch of matches where I think you got to keep her away from the title for a while, honestly. She lost too many times against Taya. They had great matches, but
that's your dark horse right there.
Oh, Tenille, maybe. I don't know. I don't see her as being ambitious enough to pull it off. I mean, I look at what she did, and I'm thinking kayfabe here. You know what she did in the gauntlet where she threw Caleb in there instead of herself. But then someone, I know it was in their discussion that we were talking about, was she actually in the match then? I don't remember seeing her.
Did he just take her place? I think so.
I thought he did, but I thought someone said they saw her in the match or something while we were watching it. I don't know, that home.
There was a lot going on there.
Yeah, there was a lot to unfold there. Surprises and knockouts. Everybody.
Yeah, Sting said she did get in the match. So she did get in, but she may have, as we like to say, used to say Bushwhacker looped it, but maybe Trent marriaged it.
There's someone just reminding me to do something. All right.
Oh, okay.
Had a ping in my ear. Let's see. Let's do one or two more questions.
I thought it was someone saying, "Put the banner on. Put the banner on."
Oh no, yeah, we didn't do that either. It's one of those nights. Yeah, I had it ready.
We don't need a banner.
We don't need no stinking
banner. Oh, we're dating ourselves big time, J-Bo.
Oh, very, very, very. Critical Sting says she did get in the match. Okay, all right.
Well, you know what? And that kind of rounds it off here. Who do you think Swan should face? You will like to see a heel Moose, and I know I was kind of saying that.
Wow.
Oh, poor Akeem here. Phil made a joke. Akeem just zoomed out.
Sorry. Yeah,
I think that tells us the trend marriage jokes have died.
Yeah. Well, it's one thing when he's here. It's another thing when he's not here, and you do it. It's like, all right, so if what's that saying? When a bear takes a shit in woods, does somebody smell it? Or I don't know. Wait, no.
Well, I think I used that talking about something else that gets under my skin. A couple episodes ago.
If a tree falls on a
falls
bear
on the far.
Well,
there's the bear in the woods, and then there's the tree in the forest falling.
Hey, there's a name I haven't seen in a while. J-Rock Freak, what is up, man?
There you go.
Is there any chance that the wedding is actually a trap set by Taya and Johnny?
Oh, there was a little something.
Rosemary.
When Two-Face Johnny, which is interesting, Two-Face, if you kind of think
okay,
about
you say Johnny, not John E, not Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny.
I'm like, no, he's in another universe.
Because she was kind of saying, like, does she know? Does she know? And we weren't really sure what the reference was.
Yeah.
He's like, I got it. So maybe it would have put it past them. Looking at the history, that definitely could be something on. Although we believe in the true love.
Love. True love. All right.
We believe in
extra virgin olive oil.
Oh, I can't wait to see this. Oh, look, that paint on John E. Bravo's face was very telling. And his behavior in the last couple episodes has been very telling as well. At first it seemed like he was very timid and like he was just like his doom was sealed. Like he had absolutely no chance in this. He is the sacrifice. He's no more, rest in peace, Johnny Bravo. He's going down. He will be sent down to the undead realm for whatever they have planned for him. But now, there's this spark of rage with him and this planning this whole wedding. I mean, he's really coming into his own, and he's becoming a man. He's showing a whole new side. And man, I don't know. Is something. It's really hard to tell. I mean, there's not a lot of gray here. It can obviously go very good for him or go very bad. So we just gotta wait and see.
Just a
what happens.
Shout out to Adam Impact, who did worked with us to give away a fight code for Bound for Glory that was won by Terrence Sullivan there in the chat. So
yes,
thank you, Adam. Congrats to Terrence.
Yeah.
TNI helping each other out.
Absolutely.
Along with Adam Impact. Banging for the gang, as the scumbag would say. If you
That's a big F. All right. Last question. Let's get one last.
All right,
one.
make it a good one, guys. Make it a good one. Let's see.
There we go. I'll let you pick it. Thanks again for everybody tuning in tonight as we are.
You know what?
Slightly
Let's go with this.
done.
Let's go with critical sting with a critical question. This is
we
some
go.
forecasting. It's like our new prediction show.
The stinger
Random,
himself.
way too early predictions. Who
boy.
do you see as champions by the end of next year? So by next year's Bound for Glory.
Oh man.
So that's some really looking forward, assuming everybody on the roster.
Yeah, let's not assume we're getting and or losing people. Let's keep it as to who it's there right now. Okay. Knockouts. I'm going to say within the next year, I'm going to say Kiera Hogan. Absolutely. Okay. Tag for the knockouts. I think my pick to really knock out the knockouts and really put a stamp on the tag division, I got to say, would be the classic team of Havoc and Nevaeh. X division. Oof. Man. You know what? Let's skip that one. That's a tough one. Let's go world champ. World champ. I'm gonna go Ace Austin.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Ace Austin on that one. X division. Oh man, that's tough. You know, we'll go with a veteran. We'll say TJP. I don't know. That's a tough one considering everybody who's been in that lately. Yeah, we'll say the guy who hasn't held it and yet shined the most, besides Rohit retaining, I would say TJP.
I like it. Did you go tag titles?
Oh, I did not pick men's tag.
You went knockouts.
I went knockouts. Oh, okay. I'm not going to give it to the North.
Not another year run?
Damn, no. I got a feeling this is going to be a very short one. I am dying for a singles run out of Josh Alexander and Ethan Page. Tag titles, I'll say Heath and Rhino. I don't know. I'm too tired.
Heath and Rhino. It's too late.
I mean, are there better tag teams out there? Sure, but we're just shits and giggles tonight.
Yeah, I'll try to run through it quick. I'll go revert. I'll go world title Moose.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Bound for Glory next year. I'll go with X Division. A lot of choices there, as you said. I'm gonna go a little. I'm gonna agree with you on by then the North is broken up. And I'm going to go with Ethan Page as X Division champion. Tag titles, I'll go with the Good Brothers. Maybe run number 2 by then. So a little too Sweden around Bound for Glory next year with the Good Brothers. Then I'll go knockouts tag titles. I'll go Kiera and Tasha.
That would have been my next pick, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go them. And so tag. I guess the only one I didn't pick, if you want to say, I think I got all of them except for the TNA title. If you want to say there's going to be a TNA title or a secondary title.
Oh, who would you say for the Knockouts Championship?
Oh, yeah, I didn't go single Knockouts title.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Kylie Ray.
Yeah. I mean, assuming she comes back healthy and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one to pick too. Yeah, and it's so hard to guess that kind of stuff because you never know who's going to come in, who's going to leave, whatever. Like the roster is stacked right now. We're very thankful for everyone that's been putting in 100% more lately. Yeah, there were some hiccups this past pay-per-view. Was it perfect? No. But we try to focus on the positives and where they're going in the future instead of focusing on the negative. Obviously, we're not here to tell you that there were no hiccups. We try to keep it real here. But we just don't focus on it. Any final thoughts, Bill, as we wrap this one up before next Tuesday's show?
No, I think we got a lot from Bound for Glory. We do have some stuff, a big episode Tuesday night. Just like after Slammiversary, big episode Tuesday night, the stuff with the wedding, the fallout from Bound for Glory. So definitely tune in with us. We'll be going over everything live, and then obviously with the reviews afterwards. So definitely let's see how it plays out. I think we all thought it was a pretty good show. high expectations. I think they met them. I think they met those expectations. Different show than Slammiversary. Not as many surprises, but very good matches. And then, like, even unexpected. Like, we didn't know we were getting Su Yung versus Deanna, and they killed it. So keep bringing that on. I can't wait to see where the tag team division kind of goes, because that one really shocked me, the North winning. I really want to see the fallout from that.
Yeah. Like, I can't wait to see where that goes. I mean, do they implode with the win? Do they keep them for a while? I mean, I really want to see singles runs out of Josh Alexander and Ethan Page, just because they're both very strong yet very different characters, you know. So we gotta just wait and see, you know. But we're still excited to see how this goes into the end of the year with mostly new champs in this next chapter leading to Hard to Kill.
Hard to Kill, January 16th.
So, Bill, let the folks know out there where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter and the Instagram at my name, at William M. Gardner, Gardner.
Critical Sting. You just said, J-Bone, if you're watching or reviewing that 3-hour show tomorrow, good luck. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm watching the one that was on tonight for a while. I had to pick, and I obviously picked this because I figured it'd be easier. I just didn't have it in me to watch a pay-per-view that had. I mean, I was excited for it, but then I was also not very excited at all. Just my energy level just was not there. So we may cover that tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see what J-Bone's energy level is like tomorrow. We'll see. You can find me over on that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast over on YouTube and Twitch and all the other socials such as Instagram, Facebook, and the Twitter box. And you can find me personally on that Twitter box at JBone5150 right there. So let's get out of here. We will see you guys Tuesday. And for the watch along, where you'll see us reacting to everything, you can watch the episode right along with us, not just the live reaction. And by the way, with the response we had from this past live reaction, I think we are going to do more of those for the bigger show. That was absolutely a sign that we should do more. It brought a lot of new faces to the product, and we thank you.
Yeah, we will keep doing that for sure, because we appreciate that from everybody. Once again, that the response is fantastic, so we'll keep doing that. And for everyone, kind of my last thing was my final thought, but just to add that final thought story, it's don't listen to the fake wrestling news. Watch with your own two eyes. Take it as it comes. Watch it and take care of yourself and each other.
There you go. Yeah, we bring it real here as I do here and on Smash This Podcast as well. We keep it as real as possible. So, all right, we'll see you guys this coming Tuesday night. Be there or be square.
Find me the name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total Nonstop Impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
This is Taya La Güera Loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascals, and you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact Podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh, yeah.